There you go.
No confusion about that, is there?
Yeah, right.
Okay, I'm going to call the meeting to order. And the first item on the agenda is comments from citizens present. And
Hello. I would like to make a comment.
Excuse me, Jeremy, do you want to go, do you have access to who's on the list? And do you want to go through it, or do you want me to go through and call in the names as they show up?
If you want to go, I can take names or take notes. That would be great.
Okay. Anyone that's going to be commenting, it's going to be 3 minutes. You need to state your name and your address for the record before you start speaking, and it's 3 minutes. And the first person I have on the list is David Bryce. And
okay,
Jeremy, do you lower their hands, or will that be something you could do, or we'll just go down the list? Okay.
I can.
Okay.
okay, thank you.
Do you need me to keep time?
If you would like, I could do it too, but if you have something there handy, Katie, that would be wonderful. Thank you.
All right.
Okay, thank you. David?
Yeah, this is David A. Bryce, MD, from the town of Middleton. And I want to...
Your address, please.
7329 Summit Ridge Road, Middleton.
Thank you.
This is regarding agenda item number 1, Rock the Ramp at Maury Airport. The proposed Rock the Ramp special event unnecessarily poses increased health and safety risks to people living in the vicinity of Maury Airport, particularly the elderly and young children. Children and the elderly are particularly susceptible to lead poisoning and exposure to any lead level. To eliminate this cumulative lead exposure risk, the city should be working diligently to replace piston airplanes at Maury Airport with electrical airplanes to reduce the risk of lead poisoning for those living near the airport.
David, please stick to the fireworks topic, please. We're not talking about lead, we're talking about the fireworks.
Okay. The special event proposal is also dangerous to the health and welfare of people attending the event because of the fireworks. There should be a moratorium on any fireworks and activities that would endanger the health and welfare of the entire population surrounding the airport. As you know, the fireworks can be let off different chemicals that can be dangerous to the people attending and in the immediate vicinity. Please do not approve the special permit for Rock the Ramp. Thank you very much.
Thank you, David. Next person with their hand up is guest. Please state your name and address for the record, please.
Cynthia Richardson, 8685 Airport Road, Middleton. And for the record, fireworks do contain lead, perchlorate, and other harmful metals. So this is regarding agenda item 1, Rock the Ramp in its entirety. Maury Airport operations deposit at least 217.25 pounds of lead per year in the form of breathable particulates in the air on and in significant areas around the Middleton Airport property. The town of Middleton has engaged a nationally known consultant to assist the town in determining the primary areas where the lead is being deposited on town people and property. The special event being promoted by Capital Flight LLC is an open invitation for many planes to fly into Maury Airport from outside the Middleton area. The addition of 70, 80 or more planes flying in and out of Maury Airport on a single weekend will more than double the airborne lead pollution of a normal weekend in and around the airport. If any member of this committee is not currently aware of the damage that the smallest amount of lead can do to a child's health, you should make yourselves aware of that damage before you approve any airport special event like the one before you tonight. A very small amount of lead inhaled by a child can seriously damage that child's health in multiple ways during their entire lifetime, and there is no effective treatment for them. The fireworks and resulting debris containing harmful metals are proposed to be set off at the airport, an aquifer water recharge area that is also immediately adjacent to a 37-home town subdivision, all on private wells. No one in the Highwood Circle Estate subdivision has given the city permission to potentially contaminate their drinking water or their property with toxic particulates from fireworks. For the city to approve a private business setting off fireworks adjacent to a residential area without full permission of the residents in that area is dangerous, reckless, and in complete disregard of the well-being of a large number of your neighbors. There is no regulation, ordinance, or rule that requires the city to approve or hold any special event at Maury Airport. In fact, the city's own ordinance, section 7.17, requires consulting people or organizations that may be affected by event activities and obtaining permission of others whose property will be impacted or utilized. There is no way a plane can take off or land at Maury Airport without dropping lead and other hazardous pollutants on property in the towns of Middleton or Springfield. Neither town nor its citizens have given permission for that. This special event should be immediately canceled.
30 seconds.
Any prior approvals are in violation of the city ordinance. The town of Middleton submitted a letter to you on 7/9 in opposition to agenda item 1. We're requesting that be included in the official public record for tonight's meeting. Thank you.
Thank you, Cynthia. Next, we have invited guest with a hand up, please. Please state your name and your address, please, for the record.
Yes, Joe Getty, Town of Middleton, Pine Manor Circle. I am going to reference totally item number 1 as it stands. Rock the Ramp should be stopped. It does nothing but to the community, but increase the noise in the township by doubling the size of the airport and adding 800 planes for the weekend. Since this will most likely all be private aircraft, so we can plan on doubling the output of lead into the air, ground, and water, polluting the people and children of our community. It will also ultimately destroy the water and the water included in Pheasant Branch, our wells, and Lake Mendota. The fireworks over Lake Mendota at Warner Park, the fireworks in the city of Middleton were all canceled. Think of the fireworks at the airport. Isn't the airport in the city of Middleton? Therefore, is it not conceivable to everyone that no way should we have fireworks at the airport in the city of Middleton as well? Finally, the biggest pushers of all of this activity don't even live in or near the airport. One has his own personal airstrip near Black Earth. One is located in Wanakee, and the other one that's pushing so hard lives in the township of Vienna. Thank you. I'm done.
Thank you. Then we also have 2 people on the phone that they can't raise their hands. So I'm going to check, does the person with the last 4 digits 9833 wish to speak?
Yes, that's me, Robert Bartholomew, 3316 River Birch in Middleton.
Thank you. Go ahead.
I'm pleased to see the Rock the Ramp event is on tonight's agenda review. When it was conceptually approved at the February 9th meeting, it was done without the application conforming to the City Ordinance 717 A and C. So the question would be, if it did not conform to that, why is the fireworks even being considered as part of the event? Confirming that request for the necessity of having a requirement fulfilled will seem to be negate any sort of application at this point, including the fireworks permit. It seems to be that you can't have a violation of a city ordinance, and perhaps some of the members of the committee weren't aware of that, though perhaps the older person should have been. But nonetheless, it's going to create a disruptive event on top of the fly-in, which has noise, pollution, and so forth. Now we've added fireworks to the event. And it was described, as the fly-in was described as aviation cultural event, part of its culture. But I suspect that regarding the fireworks and the other items, that there would be those residents who would now prefer a quality of life cultural. I'm not. Isn't the committee's responsibility to the residents and not to any special interest event or group which can be dangerous or contrary to the residents' well-being, including clean air and safety. Has there been any consideration given to the cleanup after the discharge of all the fireworks? I hope all that has been considered. And I think that we have to be thinking about the residents and their peace and quiet. And the fireworks, of course, are not contributing to that at all. So I think it's the committee's responsibility to be looking out for the residents. This event really does not contribute significantly to
30
the
seconds.
economy of Middleton. Thank you.
Thank you, Robert. Does the person with the last four digits of 4746 wish to speak?
No comments. Dave Lorman with Airport Commission, just observing.
Okay, thank you, Dave. Appreciate it. Anyone else would like to speak? Hearing none, I'm going to close this portion of the public comment for this meeting. We're moving on to the approval of the minutes for the June 8th, 2021 LNO meeting.
I move approval.
I will second that. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, please
Aye.
signify by aye.
Sorry.
Opposed? Okay, the minutes are approved. Thank you. Then we're moving on to licenses and permits. Number one, consideration of final permit conditions for special event and fireworks at the 2021 Rock the Ramp event on July 23rd of 2021. This has been before us on June 8th, and we sent it up to the Airport Commission for further, so they knew about what was going on, and we have received word back from them that they are supportive of this. Who's on the call that would like to speak to this? Matt?
Yeah, yep, I'm on the call.
Okay, thank you. So if we have any questions,
Absolutely.
okay, thank you.
I have one, Matt. Do you know how long the fireworks display will go?
I believe it's about 10 minutes, maybe 15. So it's a relatively short display in comparison to what like a regular municipality would have for 4th of July or something along those lines.
Thanks.
Okay. Matt, Frank, do you have anything you've reviewed this, and are you okay with what we have before us tonight? Have you had all the technicalities of it all?
I'm sorry, were you asking me?
Yes, I was. Did this all appear to be in order for you? As far as you could tell?
Yeah, I mean, I guess I didn't get a chance to go back, and we did talk about whether there's been some, general excuse me, notification of the public. I'm not sure if that has occurred. We're talking in subsection 6 of
Right.
the 515. I mean, I know this has been advertised, but maybe Matt can speak to that, whether there's been anything in the paper.
Right. Matt, one thing that was in the minutes is that the police chief, he likes to have notifications so that people know what their fireworks and not firearms going off. And have you done what have you done for advertising to make sure people know that these are fireworks?
Yeah, so in speaking with the city, who then in turn spoke with the police department, they plan to send out 2 notifications with the, I think, social media and the city's notification services on, I believe, Monday and Friday, letting folks know about all of that. Yes. So there was coordination between the city and police department, et cetera, et cetera.
Okay. One thing I would like to see, when I thought like if there was somebody had mentioned that after fireworks, there was supposed to be cleanup afterwards, but I would like to specifically stipulate that after the fireworks, that the grounds are, you do a sweep and pick up make sure that all the spent shells are disposed of properly, et cetera. And you have someone hired, and I'm guessing that's part of their typical protocol.
It is, and we engaged with the folks who do like Wanakee's municipal fireworks and whatnot, Kruger Pyrotechnics and Chrome fireworks displays. So they go through and do that, as well as we will also make a sweep individually and additionally, my team to make
Excellent.
absolutely sure. Yep, absolutely.
Okay. And the Rock the Ramp, how many years have you been doing this?
This will be our 5th year. It should have been our 6th. Of course, last year
Okay.
was unfortunately canceled, but this will be our 5th anniversary.
Your 5th anniversary asterisk COVID.
Yeah,
Okay.
5, 6, something like that.
Yeah, -1. And Jeremy, there's not been any troubles with this at all,
Nope, none whatsoever.
Perfect, okay. Just my recommendation is just make sure you keep getting the word out so people know that it's coming, and what to expect would be very important. Yeah. Okay. Katie, do you have any other questions?
I do not. I will move approval of this permit
Mhm. With those stipulations, make sure things
with
are
the
cleaned up
stipulations for cleanup. Yes.
and to keep promoting. so
And
people are aware.
the
Yeah.
notification to everyone around.
Excellent. And I will second that. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Approved. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Number 2, let's see. I want to make sure I'm getting these together. Okay, application for temporary Class B license to sell beer and wine by Badger Honor Flight Incorporated, PO Box 258066, Madison, Wisconsin. Fritz Whitenbach, president, for July 23rd, 2021 at Capital Flight 8264 Airport Road for Rock the Ramp fundraiser event. I did have one question on, it's just a small question, but at these type of events, the box wasn't checked whether the bartenders would have to be, whether they would be able to drink or not. Is either one of those boxes, is that something that they should have checked, or is it important? Or what is the expectation? Jeremy?
Well, we don't love it. There's nothing illegal about it. But obviously we would prefer that anybody serving is not getting to the point of inebriation.
Okay,
And I can step in and let you know that, that is not something that we're going to have. We have a licensed bartender who's going to be coming in to oversee some of the volunteer pours.
okay,
I would prefer a dry situation for
Okay.
our team, without question.
well, having the licensed bartender is good. I'm glad to hear that, so
Yeah.
thank you.
I would just also like
Okay.
to add that, and I did, myself and Laura Ports met with Matt last week just to kind of go over some of this stuff. And it is marked as a private event. It is largely private, but it is advertised publicly. That's not a huge differentiation since he has the permit and he's selling the alcohol. I just wanted to make that clear that it is technically a public event, but it's a small reach perhaps. And Matt, you can add on here if you'd like, but it's advertised pretty much on his website and on social media, I believe is where he has that.
That's accurate. And that's why, as the event has really grown in size and scale, we wanted to go and check all of these boxes so that there was really no ambiguity there, and kind of go to do every step that we could, knowing that, folks would be coming in from out of town on their way to EAA and that sort of thing, that would be attending the event and supporting the cause.
Okay. Wonderful. Okay, Katie, do you have any other questions?
I don't. Jeremy is thinking everything's good. I will move approval.
And I will second. Further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, motion carries for the application. Okay. Make sure I got this right. Review of number 3, review of application to amend the agent for the alcohol beverage license held by Quick Trip Incorporated doing business as Quick Trip 550, 5301 South Ridge Way to appoint Wyatt J. Ramstack, DeForest, Wisconsin as agent.
No issues in the background or anything here, so I'd recommend approval.
Okay, I will move approval.
Second, any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. Okay. Number 4, application for Class A fermented malt beverage and Class A intoxicating liquor license at Deming Way Hotel Associated LLC doing businesses Town Place Suites by Marriott, 3055 Deming Way, Jose Viveros Hernandez, Fitchburg, Wisconsin, agent.
And I just want to make one note here. Their premise description was very, very vague. They wanted the entire hotel. So this is going to be a service for off-premise consumption, so they'll sell it from one local store, quote unquote, in their hotel, and it'll be for consumption in the rooms, which is not considered it's not considered on premise. It's like you go into your house essentially because you're renting a room. So they did clarify that. I hand wrote that, if you can read my chicken scratch in there. But they did clarify that through Lori, that they're just going to be serving from that one sale point and then for consumption in the room. So other than that, all the backgrounds are fine and no issues there.
Wonderful. Thank you. Okay.
All right, I will move approval.
I will second. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Number 5, application for an entertainment club license by Fan Man Brand LLC doing business as Hidden Cave Cidery, 2500 Pleasant View Road, number 102, Walker Fanning, agent.
And I don't know if Walker is here. Speak up if you are, but he actually was very proactive, reached out to me and we had a conversation about developing this plan. So he's been very proactive and everything looks good here. I have no issues.
Okay. Any further? Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
nobody's here. Okay, so I will move approval.
I will second. Further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. Number 6, application for an outdoor amplified sound permit by Lloyd Egan for Friends of Pleasant Branch at the Capitol Brewery Commercial Enterprise, 7734 Terrace Avenue, for abandoned announcements 5 to 8 p.m. on August 1st, 2021 for the Friends of Pleasant Branch celebration.
This is normally where Laura would step in because she dealt with this one, but I don't see any issues with this given the time frame and whatnot. So no issues from the PD perspective. I don't know if Julie has anything to add.
Actually, I could not find a file on this one, Jeremy, so I will defer to you.
Yeah, no issues from the police department.
Very good, I'll move approval.
Okay, and I will second. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Okay. Moving on to number 7, application for an outdoor amplified sound permit by City of Middleton Community Development Authority, 7426 Hubbard Avenue for a band at Stonehurst Green, 7550 Hubbard Avenue, 6 to 8 p.m. each Thursday between July 1st and September 9th, 2021. Full disclosure, both Katie and I are on the Community Development Authority.
And for
Yeah.
disclosure, we do have a signed application. It did not make it into the packet there, but it is signed. This one's kind of on the borderline. I just brought it here, one, because Kathy had asked, there's a potential conflict of interest in there. But it's not necessarily for a commercial enterprise anyway, but it is a city event.
Yeah.
So I figured I'd bring it here and no issues from the police department standpoint.
Okay, very good.
Great, I will move approval.
I will second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. Okay, number 8. Application for outdoor amplified sound by Tom Wilson for the Middleton Police Department, 7341 Donna Drive for a sound system DJ and announcements from 5 to 8 August 4th, 2021 at Lakeview Park, 7300 Mendota Drive, a national night out.
I put 7,300. That's the wrong address. Oh, I'm sorry. It is 6,300. Yeah. So full disclosure, I'm part of the police department and bringing this one to you. We're also not a commercial enterprise. I thought it'd be inappropriate for me to, I do have the authority for non-commercial enterprises to approve those, but figured I would bring it to you guys. We've had no issues down there in the past, but just wanted to make sure we're dotting our I's and crossing our T's.
Yeah, it's a
Perfect.
great community event.
For sure.
So,
We're happy that it's coming back this year.
Yeah,
Great. I will move approval.
I will second. All in favor, please say aye. Aye. Okay, opposed, motion carries. Okay, number 9, application for a special event permit by National Mustard Museum, Patty Levinson, contact person, for the 2021 International Mustard Day on August 7th, 2021 on Hubbard Avenue.
Can we
And
do
we
9
can
and
come-
10?
Yeah, we'll do that one too. Application for an outdoor amplified sound permit by Barry Levinson for National Mustard Day, Mustard Museum, 7477 Hubbard Avenue, Middleton, Wisconsin, for sound system announcements banned from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. on August 7th, 2021 for the 2021 International Mustard Day. I
Julie.
see Barry's here.
Sure, I'll jump in on this one. This is a repeat event, obviously, and it is a marquee event for Middleton from tourism's perspective, and we're thrilled with the prospect of being able to host this again in person. So I applaud the folks at the National Mustard Museum for moving forward with it under the circumstances. We have all of the permits that are required, including a permit for signage, which Patty Levinson has submitted. All of the permits are in order. The Public Works folks have taken a look at the map, and the only comment that Sean Stowski made was that we provide traffic control devices in the street that conform to the ordinances for special event permits. And since we've worked with the National Mustard Museum folks over the years, I don't see that will be an issue. And at this point, I can see that Barry's on the phone, so I will, I'll go ahead and turn it over to Barry for any additional comments.
No, the only thing that's different from versus 2019, because obviously last year we couldn't do a real live event. It was virtual only last year. It will also be virtual because we're going to be having people from France, from India, from really all over the world join us virtually as well. But the biggest difference versus 2019 is we have shrunk the footprint a little bit so that we do not have to close off the either of the driveway in or out of the parking, the library parking lot. That also allows for pickup for Hubbard Avenue Diner for people doing that. So it's just it's a little tighter, and in terms of sound, it's pretty much the same. Although you know, since we began here in Middleton, when we had National Mustard Day, the event, we've always had the Red Hot Horn Dogs. They have a wedding, so in the evening. So what we're doing, instead of the Red Hot Horn Dogs, we're doing a 3-piece group, which is called the Dog Bones. So it not quite as much noise, but they're very lively. We've seen them. We also have the blue accordion playing. So it's still going to be a great event. We're getting a lot of good press about it all over the country and in Chicago as well. So we're really excited to have another Mustard Day. This will actually be our 30th celebration of National Mustard Day.
Oh, wonderful. Wonderful. Thank you, Barry. Also, thank you for keeping the neighboring businesses in the loop on what's going on. That's very helpful for everybody to know what to expect the day of. So wonderful. Katie, do you have any other questions?
No, just, you know, with the stipulation that Sean and Public Works have set forward, I will move approval on both the special event permit and the outdoor amplified sound permit.
And I will second those also. Any further comment? Hearing none, all in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed. The application for the special event permit and the outdoor amplified sound are approved. Okay, moving on to the next two. Number 11, application for special event permit by St. Luke's Lutheran Church Pastor Tim Maybe, contact person for the 2021 St. Luke's Community Celebration Fair on August 15th, 2021 at St. Luke's Lutheran Church. And the application for an outdoor amplified sound by Pastor Tim Maybe for St. Luke's Lutheran Church, 7337 Hubbard Avenue, Middleton, Wisconsin, for sound system announcements and bands 3 to 6, August 15th, 2021 for the 2021 St. Luke's Celebration Fair. Okay. What day of the week is that? That's on a Sunday. Okay.
This will be taking place in the church parking lot. They're promoting this as a community fair, which is family friendly, including games, food, live music. It's actually an opportunity for folks to get together and celebrate the opportunity to get together and celebrate, which I think is pretty cool. All of the applications that you have addressed are in order as far as tourism is concerned.
Okay. Number of years in existence. Okay. Very good.
I took that to mean the existence of the church versus the event.
The event. I kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, I think this might be a newer event that they're hosting. I don't remember ever having this before.
Yeah, I didn't see any notes in the files, so I'm kind of curious to know that as well, Kathy.
Okay. Okay. Sounds good. It's kind of the papers are all mixed up. Katie, do you have any questions for that on this? Or?
I do not. Nothing from Jeremy, I assume.
No, I'm just checking my files too. I don't have anything that I see from them in the past. So perhaps this is not necessarily a new event, but newly permitted. I don't know. We don't have any issues. I'm not familiar with any problems in the past either.
Okay. Is anyone on the call for this particular item? I don't see any. It's very close to my house. I was just wondering if they're holding this in the parking lot, if they're going to be reaching out to any of the people in the neighborhood about parking or whatever, but
it says the main and back parking lots.
Everybody's going, it's up and down.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm doing like this.
Yeah. So, okay. Katie, do you have any other questions or concerns?
No, I'll move approval.
Second, all in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Under miscellaneous. Number 1, a discussion on potential changes to the fireworks permitting process in regard to the environmental impact concerns as identified by the City of Madison Warner Park Fireworks Environmental Impact Baseline Study 2022.
And
I think
just kind of
2012.
2012, yes, yes.
So yeah,
right.
So I was asked, this was referred to me from Water Resources Management Committee, so I put it on at their request. I don't know if either of you are on it, but I know that Dan was, so it's unfortunate he's not here.
Yeah, right.
So I'm not, I mean, I put in the agenda summary sheet there, but I don't really have a whole lot of background on it beyond that, so.
Right.
And the 60-page document that came with it.
But they did have a nice 4-point summary, 4-point bullet summary, which we may want to consider adding to our ordinance if it's not already part of it, to the areas cleaned in its entirety following the event and the duds are disposed of properly. I don't know enough about these low or no percolate fireworks to comment on that yet. So
Well, I don't either, and I mean, certainly from a regulatory perspective, I mean, we prohibit or we allow, we don't typically request. I don't know how from a review standpoint. Unless we really know what's available, when it's reasonable to expect low percolate and when it's not, it just seems like kind of a futile thing. And now it's certainly maybe a good thing to educate ourselves about, because at some point it might be that they're widely enough available and sufficient in quality and so forth to have to expect their use. But until we have that information, really it seems like the only two actionable, one of the recommendations was to do nothing about additional monitoring in surface water, so that's easy enough. We won't do that either since we haven't.
Okay.
And then the other two are just making sure locating misfires or duds, and picking up any debris and unburned shell fragments. We could either just kind of make that those two things standard conditions, and I don't know why they wouldn't be.
Right.
I don't really see a need to necessarily put them in our ordinance, but I mean, if the committee feels more comfortable that they go in the ordinance, we can do that as well. But yeah, either way, I think that would cover those concerns.
Mm-hmm. I also did a somewhat of a search on the surrounding communities and townships to see what they have for fireworks permitting. They all allow them, so I don't think that we're anywhere near saying, oh, these are a bad thing to have. They all have a permitting process, and I think that's the way we should just keep our ordinances and maybe enhance them. Katie, do you think the sustainability committee would want to weigh in at all on these percolate fireworks at all, or?
They may want to. Yeah, it might be something to refer to them. Something that I would like to see, and maybe we can be leaders in this. I would like to see the, given that fireworks are one of the leading causes of pets running away, and it causes a lot of strain on the owners, the animals, the humane societies, police. I'd love to have us try to find, or to tell people to find, silent fireworks. It's also an important one for people with PTSD.
Oh, I've never heard of them. Do you think
they do exist? Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Apparently the sound is bad for bees and birds, and so yeah, I would love to have us be leaders in that, and just say that we're keeping animals and veterans in mind. So, I mean, that's something we can recommend to people.
That's true. Okay. Do we want to refer this to sustainability to have them weigh in on the percolate or not? Or is that would have been water resources, right?
I would almost rather go to water resources.
And that was this document was from water resources, and Dan does sit on that committee. So I think we can just we can put this in a hold until he gets back, and he can tell us more about what they talked about at water resources as far as this type of fireworks. And I would be happy to read more about it if it's more available now than when this study came out, because at that time they weren't that widely available, I don't think.
No.
So I would make a motion to defer this to the next meeting, and then Dan could bring back what he knows from the Water Resources Committee. I don't think we have any fireworks coming up anytime soon. So,
No, not anything planned right now.
Okay, I second that.
Okay. Further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor of deferral? And Jeremy, you'll put this on the next committee, agenda.
Yep, absolutely.
Thank you.
Okay.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Well, this is deferred. And then let's see, number 2 under miscellaneous, a discussion on the format for hosting future license and ordinance meetings moving forward. I don't see a real, Matt, I don't see any reason for you to have to drive over to Middleton to set it on these meetings. I think they've been going just fine the way they are. I really think so, unless we're mandated to actually meet in person. I'm very happy with this format.
Yeah, I don't see any reason. I mean, certainly for some things, that's sometimes nicer to meet in person and everything, but you guys have a lot of meetings and I go to things, and I mean, certainly I think for most of our meetings, this format works fine. We don't typically have to deal with a lot of exhibits and, certain types of meetings, like plan commission meeting stuff, maybe
Right.
don't lend themselves to this format as well. But yeah, if the committee is fine with continuing in this format, I don't see any reason why.
I am fine with it unless
am
we're
too.
mandated otherwise. Jeremy, what about you? You always are scheduled to be working during this time, right? Or
Well, I'm salaried, so I guess it doesn't really matter.
you are working all the time.
Yeah. But I'm here. It's convenient. Actually, it's very convenient for me to have access to all of my files, and I can spread stuff up out on my desk. But
That's true.
I'm 100% fine with whatever is decided. I can tell you that I haven't gotten any official guidance from the city as to how to proceed. I know that you guys are, I think, doing city council meetings mostly in person now. And what I've been told is that conference room B, where we have usually met, their IT is working on an option for a hybrid system as well. So, but yeah, there's nothing official that I've heard as far as a request for our meetings to be back in person.
Yeah, I actually attended a hybrid meeting in conference room B and it worked fine. It's just like the conference room is on the Zoom and then everybody else is on the Zoom too. So it worked fine. Julie, do you have anything you'd like to add to that?
Tourism is going to try a hybrid meeting in July in conference room B, and I think that will probably be the preference for the folks that sit on that commission. I kind of agree with Jeremy in that it's nice to be able to be in the office and have access to all the files. So I've gotten used to Zoom meetings, and I'm fine with virtual, hybrid, or in person.
Mhm.
We serve at the pleasure of the group.
Okay. The only downside would be if we met in conference room B, then Jeremy, you'd have to set up all the AV stuff for us. So
Well, and I'm a little rusty on that too. So I don't know anything about the new stuff, but Julie could teach me, I'm sure. And,
Yeah, I'm a real wizard, Jeremy.
well, no, I'm saying you're going to have the experience before I will.
Yes, I will.
So
I will.
we'll have to lean on you if that happens.
There you go. I'll shoulder that.
All right, good deal.
I think this was just for discussion, excuse me. So we really don't have to make any formal recommendations or anything, correct? Just,
No,
we don't have to vote on it or anything, so,
probably not necessary, no.
okay. All right. I did think this was gonna last a lot longer.
Me too.
So,
Yay, us.
yes. Katie, do you want to make the motion to adjourn or do you want me to, or how do you?
Sure, I'll move that we adjourn.
Second, all in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Adjourned. Thank you.
Thanks, everybody.
Have a good
Thanks.
evening,
Hey,
everyone.
guys.
Good night.
Thanks.